What's up, fellas? Mark Parson, Cornerback Pro, former NFL corner, and now I'm coaching you guys up. All right, so shout out to Receiver Factory. All you guys, yeah, you receivers, man, go check him out. I follow him on Instagram, and I like the work that he's putting out for you young guys. All my corners, I always tell my guys, you need to be playing receiver anyways. You need to be going both ways because it's going to help you. It's going to help you play cornerback, all right, in multiple ways. All right, so go check him out, Receiver Factory on Instagram. All right, so he posted a video, and I'm not sure if Receiver Factory trained these guys or not. I'm talking about the receivers, but he put some good releases out there, and I want to talk to you about one of the most important, the first thing that we talk about when we talk about press man, and it's our eyes. So you have to know what to look at first, right? That's the number one thing, and I'm gonna let this play because I want you to see it. You have to know what to look at, and then you have to be disciplined to look at it the whole time. So you're going to notice, and I like this because it's in slow motion, there's a whole bunch of different releases for all of our guys. Notice for the most part. Now, we'll get into technique. I mean, shoot, I got a lot of videos when it comes to, like, actual strategies and techniques. But the first thing that we talk about all the time is what? Is eyes, feet, hands. In that order. Eyes, feet, hands. Eyes, feet, hands. That's the first thing. You should hear me ringing in your head when you playing. Yo, eyes, feet, hands. Eyes, feet, hands. So we're going to go over it. The first thing, the most important thing, because if your eyes are wrong, the rest of the play is probably going to be messed up too. You're going to, all right? So let's go back to where they're in practice one-on-ones. Okay, so eyes. We're going to go over it again. I want you, when you're looking at this right here, look where their eyes are. Look at Peterson's eyes. He's either looking somewhere else or he's looking at his head. And a good receiver is going to give you a little shimmy with their shoulders and their head. But if now I want you to imagine, well, first let's look at their where they're looking at. Where are they looking? Look, you can see it. You can see it. Their eyes are really high. So that's the first thing that I look at when I'm watching a guy press man. When as a coach and a teacher, I want to see where your eyes are. Look at his eyes. They're high. I can tell when you're looking at a guy's head or his shoulders. That's why I don't want you guys looking at their chest. I want you looking at their waist. I can tell if your eyes are too high. Now, I want you to look at their waist as I go through and see how much little wiggle is allowed with the person's waist. So imagine yourself being the corner now. And I want you to imagine you looking at their waist. So you're not going with their shoulders. You're not going with their head. Let's watch their waist. It's so much easier. Look, look, look. The waist can't go anywhere. The body cannot go anywhere without the waist. Now the head, they can get really good head movement. You see that? But the waist has very little wiggle room, all right? Look, even with Odell right here. Now, I'm going to tell you something that receivers do and to get you to raise up. And it works if you're not disciplined. So let's watch it again. So it's when they reset. So receivers, check this out, man. This is going to help you guys out too. So as a DB, I like to get with receiver coaches and teachers. One of the guys I get with is Billy McMullen at Wide Receiver Nation. I probably follow more receiver. Look, I follow Receiver Factory. I follow Framp Camp. I'm following receivers, yo. That's what I tell my coaches, like, yo, you really want to listen to your coach. And this is why I have you guys, well, before I get into the coaches, this is why I have you guys, I always say, yo, play receiver. This is why I got my corners to go train with Billy. This is why I follow more receiver pages than DB pages, coaching pages. All right, because I want to get into the mind of them. Hopefully you guys understand my philosophy when it comes to that. All right, because for the most part, I've been around some of the best DBs, the best DB coaches, Super Bowl winning coaches. So, and then my own experiences. But now, how do I take it to the next level? Well, of course, I want to continue to work and get with guys who are better than me, right? But at the same time, I want to learn the enemy more than anything at this point because I know myself. So I need to learn the enemy. And I say the enemy, I'm talking about the receivers, all right? So I'm studying under them. I'm listening to Frank Camp. I'm seeing what he talking about. I'm listening to my boy Brandon McCray. I ask him questions like, yo, so what are you thinking when you do this? So one of the things from this release, all right, so let's watch Dez right here. All right, so the receiver, the cornerback actually gets him the first, like he's actually in great position the first time. So Dez has to reset. All right, so Dez give him a little shake, and he didn't go for it. So then Dez, okay, so Dez, the guy's giving a little ground, which I don't like giving ground down here in the red zone, by the way. Don't give ground down here. But Dez realized, okay, he gives me ground. I'm just going to reset and do it again. All right, and so the reset is you can, as a receiver, you can get a DB on that second reset. So his eyes may be disciplined on that first one. Okay, but then what happens is we naturally start to raise up. I'm talking about our eye level. And then this is what happens. And then he looked back too early on this. So I already did a video on this one. All right. And not look back too early, but he looked the other way. You want to look towards the receiver down there on that back shoulder fade. All right. Now, for the most part, what I noticed about Patrick Peterson, which I find odd, I would say 99% of you guys can't do what Patrick Peterson does, which is he plays really tall and he plays very narrow with his feet in his press. All right. So he can do it. I'm not sure how, but he gets it done at a high level. So, you know, it is what it is. Everybody, different strokes for different folks. All right. So let's watch right here. You see that? I think that's Baldwin. Is that Baldwin? The receiver. So one thing he likes to do is when a receiver, you see how you come off the line and hop? That naturally gets us to look up too. All right. And Baldwin does it pretty good. I think what it Billy is there, it's a name for this release. I don't think it's getting square. I forgot what it was called. But when receivers come up, when they raise like that, let me see if we can get a, that's not it. Right there. You see that? And I think Receiver Factory teaches that. I think he does. But you see that when you come off the line, let's say you know a cornerback is going to soft shoot, and you come off the line and you raise up, you hop. What that does is, for some reason, I don't know why it does, we do it, but if we're not disciplined with our eyes, we naturally just raise up, and then it's like, oh crap. And that's what you see guys getting got. Let's watch some more. See that right there? Baldwin's good at it, man. Yeah, Baldwin's good at it. Right there, we got to get our eyes low. Right here. Look at his eyes. Look at Honey Badger's eyes. Look at right here. This is it right here. All right, let's watch and see if we got some more. All right, you see the reset? Let's watch Odell do it. So what you guys, you see how you reset? And that wasn't bad coverage, I don't think, right there. He didn't really kill him. See that Baldwin? Oh, man. All right, so you see who's the best at it in these clips. It's Baldwin for Seattle, man. So look, DBs, one of the things you can do is when you're practicing your press releases, get the receiver, show the receiver some Baldwin clips, have them release, have them reset, have them raise up, and then work on your eye discipline, okay? Work on your eye discipline. Eye discipline is key. You'll be able to guard 99% of the guys once you get your eye discipline right, okay? Now, obviously, you need to know the strategies and have this, the techniques, and that's where, I come into place. But the first thing that I'm going to teach you is eyes. Eyes, feet, hands. Now, when it comes to your feet, that's going to be with the strategies that I teach you in the techniques, okay? Now, when I'm saying, like, what to do with your feet, you may have the quickest feet in the world. You'll be like, oh, you can do all these drills. Look, coach, you got the fastest agility drills. But if you don't know what you're supposed to do with them, it doesn't matter how fast or quick your feet are. You're gonna get roasted. All right. So you got to know what to do, and that's why you guys have me the information. But the number one thing, you gotta have your eyes right, man. Like, it's so important. Let's watch this. Let me see. People sleeping on Dez, man. I bet you he come back and ball out. Let's see. All right, but make sure your eyes on his waist, and you have to drill this. So, like, all the coaches and stuff, if you want your team, if you want your players, let's say you want to run a lot of press man, and really off man too. Like, if you play off man, a lot of guys get this little shimmy too when they close the cushion. you know, we looking high, we can get got with the our eyes raising up to his head and stuff too. So really, just in general, I used to do my press releases for, let's say, I would do my press releases, and for like 5 minutes straight, I wouldn't look at anything but that receiver's waist the whole time. So we'll go back, we'll do the press release, boom, my eyes are still on his waist, and I overemphasize eyes on his waist. So when he's walking back to the line, my eyes are still on his waist. All right, so you want to train this and drill this, guys. This is going to help y'all out tremendously to know what you look at. I'm telling you, if you have your eyes in the right place, and that goes really for every position on the football field. The D linemen have to have good eyes. They have to know what to look at and to make sure they're disciplined to look at it. Linebackers, we say linebackers got to do one-on-ones, and then you got to make sure you're looking in the right place too. Even during a running play, you got to see your run cues. You got to know what you're supposed to look at, and that's gonna, the coach has to help you understand what to look at. So if you don't know what to look at, if I ask you what you're looking at and you don't know, that's my fault as a coach. But then the discipline is gonna be on you, right? Corners and safeties, you gotta know what you're supposed to look at, and then you have to be disciplined. And then we get into certain techniques, because I just saw the back pedal out of a press. I don't go with that. Yeah, but Baldwin, man, that's a good, work against that release. Because it is difficult. I mean, naturally, you want your eyes are gonna raise because he raises. So he comes off the ground, he comes off his release kind of lackadaisical, and he's like, whoop, he's get up, and then he gets down, right? But what if our eyes on his waist the whole time, no matter what, is just discipline? He ain't going nowhere, because that release technically isn't a very quick, like, boom, 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 coming at you. Is not really aggressive, all right? He's slowing, he's changing up the pace for him. So you think he's going to come off, boom, 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 but really he slows it down, comes up, and then, right? So focus your eyes on his waist. So that's how I teach a lot of times. I break stuff down. So we talk about eyes, feet, hands. Let's focus on eyes first. Let's make sure we get our eyes. Then let's make sure we know the techniques and strategies. Then let's make sure we have really good strikes and replace if we need to. And then we put it all together in a well-oiled machine, and then you have achieved, and then 10,000 hours of, not hours, but 10,000 reps of doing it right. Okay? And then you teach somebody else. Teach your little brother. Teach your little brother how to do it. And then we have mastery. All right? And that's my goal for you guys. I want to create masters, man. I want to help you guys get to that next level. But you have to apply the information and watch all these videos. All right? Make sure you guys email me at cornerbackpro@gmail.com. If you haven't got the one-on-one mastery program, which has all the techniques and strategies in it, I'm including the mind and body training to get you to that next level, because it's extra supplemental work. You working with your coach. You working with your team. Yeah, I'm talking about extra. That's the only way. You have to do extra. That's how all the pros, every NFL team I've been on, the pros, they know, because this is how they eat. If they don't do this, they don't eat. They got to find another job, or they got to start another business, which is cool. You need to do that anyways. You need to, you know what I'm saying? You need to make sure you're working your other skills. But I'm just saying, man, you got to be dialed in. You have to do extra work. Because I promise you, I get emails every day. And the hardest working kids are the international guys coming from the other countries. They the hardest working guys, yo. I promise you, man. It's foreign guys. So y'all got a lot to work, a lot of work on. I want to motivate you and inspire you. I'm able to talk to a lot of these guys. When I was in high school, I wasn't aware. Now, we didn't have the internet popping, like I always say, but I wasn't aware that other people were really getting this type of work in. I can use that as an excuse. But you guys know, because I'm telling you right now, they're getting it in. So if you think you're going to wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, or 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, and think, yeah, man, I can't wait till I get to the league. Bro, you got another thing coming. You need to get up at 6 and get an extra workout in, or stretch, or meditate, or something. Watch some film. And that goes to my college guys too. Man, I'm telling you, one of the worst feelings, like you say, okay, man, the draft was the other day, and the best feeling, he got drafted. Well, I'm going to tell you, one of the worst feelings is not to get drafted, not to get a call when you're expecting it. So you need to work, you college guys. You need to work, man. I'm telling you. It feels so much better when you get drafted. I talked to a lot of guys. I didn't get drafted, so I know the flip side of it. So you got to work, hustle. Let's get it. Email me, guys. Get that one-on-one mastery, and let's get better. Peace.